welcome back. Where have I been? Where have I been? I've just been doing life, and there's so many changes going on, so I haven't kept up with this channel. So those of you that do keep up, you know that I run the Falconry channel, which is my main channel, which I do try and upload every single week because it is the main channel, which actually was this channel before I split them up, because YouTube doesn't like a mixture of genres. It likes channels to be about the one thing. So the Falconry channel is basically, I have to do that every week. And the Snakes Plus channel for all my reptile type things, that is also, I try and upload at least once a week to that. This channel's gone a bit quiet. We have been away, you've seen that on this channel, and I put a couple of other videos up, but the actual vlogging, the reason it's gone quiet is after 16 years of running Reptile Exotics, my school and falconry business, as opposed to Icarus Falconry, which is a different business, the recession, and I can't believe some of our governments are telling us here in the UK that it's not a recession anymore. The recession, because the cost of living has gone sky high, is even being felt by schools and their budgets. So after 16 years of a thriving business where I turn work away because I don't want to go to, say, central London anymore, the workload has definitely dropped off in the last 2 years or so. So I'm now going to do more marketing for Reptile Exotics. And part of that's going to be, rather than here, we're going to probably market it on YouTube and update more on there through a channel for Icarus Falconry, Reptile Exotics, so we can have a vlogging channel about what the businesses are actually for, what they do, and drum up a bit more work, keep that interest going. We're going to do a bit of marketing emails and things like that. Never had to market it in 16 years with a website and word of mouth and repeat visits. So we're having to work more. I'm having to work more if I'm on a laptop or anything around work, not YouTube. So that's took up time. A little Lily, who's been quite a lot of part of my adventures here on the channel for the last sort of 3 years, her parents don't really want her to have much of a social media presence going forward, partly due to things like, I forgot his name, he won't like that. The guy that owns Twitter, he's renamed it with a big long name. I think it's one digit, one letter. Software on there, which is now allowing you and your image to be used by anyone in any way, very realistically, say no more. So they've sort of said we don't really want her, she's growing up now, to have social media presence so much unless she wants it. So my little sort of mini adventurer here on the channel, she's not my sidekick on any of it at the moment. So it's kind of like I'm doing stuff with her and I can't put it on here, but I'm still got no content. I've been really busy with a reptile room, changing it around, massively decreasing the number of animals, but increasing the size of their enclosures, which is much more the way I want to go with those animals. So it's taking up time that I'm not doing YouTube. Here at the Falconry Centre, it's midwinter, just about to turn into February. Snowy owl is coming on well, slow but sure. We're doing some changes here. We've still got quite a lot of winter stuff to get done before Easter, stuff to revamp, rechange and change around. So there's just so much going on. Something has to give, or some things equally. We moved into our house 5 years ago as a shack, as a tumble down house, and we've gone around gradually as we've earned a bit of money, found a bit of time, doing each room up, and now we've got to the big one, which is our sort of kitchen area. And it was kind of 3 rooms, separated, one by an archway, one by concertina, French doors, that kind of thing. And the plan was always to take those 2 walls out and just open up that back of the house. And we waited about a year for the builder. 2 builders didn't want to do it. The one that did said, I've got like months ahead of work. He's finally been last week with his crew, taking out the walls and so on, and that's now going to leave me an awful lot of work because it's just half the ceiling's down. We need it rewiring. There's all sorts to do. Lack of time for YouTube. So that's really the explanation, but I'll take you around and I'll show you some of those reptiles and kind of tell you what we've been up to. Now in here, something we did get done, or I didn't, because we've got an amazing team here. The boys, well, look at that, Chris and Mr. Stiff built this back in the summer. They've got their own heated enclosure and they can come in and out, and look what they're up to. My fear is I've had to sort of shorten their paddock. My worry being, because they come out in the freezing cold and they'll eat the grass and get back in. Oh, getting cold, got to get in. But there's a point where they're going to kind of go too far and think, I'm freezing cold, I'm going to hunker down. They're African, they're going to die. But look at it, they've grazed it almost off. So those sulcata tortoises, whoa, they're getting an awful lot of supplement. They like a lot of hay. They're a grazer, but they're getting other supplement foods. So I'll take you and I'll show you the reptiles before the video's over. But yeah, stay tuned, stay with us, because there's lots of news on this channel. This channel will continue. I've just probably got to now work on another channel to do with marketing, and it all takes time. And something, and the reason I do want you to stay here, is Dave Sharp Nature Boy, the book, which I've been writing for years and years. In fact, I completed the writing during lockdown. That was when the book ended. I've been writing it before that. And then since then it's been fettled and changed. It's at the publishers. It's actually being published. The copy edit's back. I've got to check through what they've checked through, send it back, design a cover, get the photos and images and drawings to them. Some great contributions there. And Dave Sharp Nature Boy, the book, is about my childhood, how it all began from zero to sort of my early teens, because there's definitely room for a book 2 and 3. But yeah, it's been a little passionate thing I've been doing. It's finally at the publishers, so that will definitely be on here. I'll let you know more about that soon. But yeah, fingers crossed you guys will enjoy reading it as much as I enjoyed remembering it all and writing about it. Anyway, let me show you those reptiles. So the mangrove snake is doing well, getting ready to shed soon. She's okay, or he's okay. He's got quite a large 5-foot enclosure, and that's what we're trying to do. Achieve less is more, really. Less is more room. So excuse the ugly reflection of me, but the blue beauty snakes, again in a 5-foot but only 4-foot high or 3-foot high enclosure here. Those guys, those guys there, in their winter quarters, they spend the summer in a much larger enclosure outdoors. And the golden reticulated python has had a massive upgrade. Hold on. Oh, did a poo, that's great, isn't it, on camera? So, since you were last here with me, we've got a leopard tortoise in there, because it's not as clever as the sulcata, so he's getting through the colder snap in here. Golden retic's got a much larger enclosure now that we hand built. Much better, much more room. Properly outgrew her original home. And then, oh, the lights have gone off. How annoying is that? It's that time of night. In here, the Coyote reticulated python. It's now got a 7-foot tall, 4-foot by 3-foot enclosure. So that's got a mountain of room. That's a dwarf reticulated python. And here, which looks an absolute mess at the moment, but don't you worry, there's another 5-foot by 4-foot enclosure that's going to have Barron's racers and a couple of ground dwelling snakes in there. So Barron's racers are arboreal, so we can set it up nice with lots of plastic plants. And that means that this little skinny tree snake, the Barron's racer, can go from a 4-foot enclosure that's about 18 inches tall to a vast enclosure. And that really is what I'm trying to do, give them as much space as I can. There's its dinner, by the way. As much space as I can. Wow. Less animals, bigger space. Now the spider collection, massively reduced. I've given them all away to friends. I've got Beautiful Singapore blue that was a gift that someone gave me. This lovely green blue, who is the only species of tarantula I've ever bred, so she's a mum. And a couple of others for schools, some little scorpions, and they're just, whoa, she's made a right mess in there. They're just in a heated enclosure for now, just keeping those snug. We've got a stack of 18-inch by 18-inch exoterras for some of the inverts, like the stick insects and the hissing cockroaches there. The false water cobras, they're in their normal 6-foot enclosures. Oh, there we go. The Russian rat snakes, that one is a sloth, isn't it? And the 4-line snakes, I've brought those out of brumation. They've only had a mild brumation, not super cold, so it needs a post-brumation slough, that one. So pack it up, don't you bite me. So unlikely to breed. Certainly the Russian rat snakes usually need an extremely cold, long brumation period. So don't need to breed them. There's not enough call for them at the moment, so won't be breeding many snakes at all this season. But they're in a 6B2B2 together. They live outside again in the summer, spring onwards. And Slinky, the blue-tongued skink, he's got a 6B2B2, so he's loving life. Look at him, loads of room in there, planted and various substrates. Look at that, what a cutie. He's got loads of room, he's loving life. That's what I'm enjoying now, just seeing my reptiles as much as possible with lots of space. And then in here, we've got 2 of these 2-foot tall by 18-inch exoterras with the male and female Aesculapian snake, and they're having a cool brumation, not freezing. You can tell it's not freezing because the plants are still alive. And another couple of weeks, mid-February again, I'm going to wake them up. The female's not big enough to breed. I'll just let them brumate, but not too cold. And they'll be again woken up sort of early, get them feeding again. Anyway, thanks for coming back. Thanks for checking in. It's very difficult. Don't forget to check out the other channels. If you like falconry, check out the falconry channel. If you want to see more of what's going on in the reptile room, check out Snakes Plus. But keep an eye on this channel. Definitely more stuff to come, more news to come, so on and so forth. And I will keep updated. I'm just going to struggle here to be here every single week. That's all. See you soon.